Alright guys, hear me out. A few years ago, the Icelandic children's TV show LazyTown, or Latíber in Icelandic, got super popular online after We Are Number One, a song from the series, became a meme. Since then, a lot of people have come to love characters like Robbie Rotten, Sporticus, and Stingy. The whole internet even came together to help one of the actors, Stefan Karl Stefansson, may he rest in peace, pay for some of his cancer treatments. Now, when you first look at it, LazyTown seems like a pretty happy show. The characters are super bright and colorful, there's always a new song, and the morals are good, you know, for the kids.
Would you like to?
But things are upside down here in LazyTown, and adventure might not be the only thing just a moment away. Yeah, it's an untimely, radiation-induced death. That's the other thing that's a moment away.
Yes, that's true.
The series ran in the US from 2004 to 2008, and was created by Magnus Scheving, who based the show on his stage plays, Afram Latiber and Glani Gluper I Latibe, literally Go LazyTown, and Robbie Rotten in LazyTown. Now, Magnus was a former aerobics champion, so it's not surprising that he also ended up playing Sporticus, the show's super athletic hero, who encourages the kids of LazyTown to eat fruits and vegetables, which he calls sports candy, and to get plenty of exercise. But does he really mean well? A forum post from 2008 sheds some light on a much, much darker version of LazyTown. One that is haunted by a post-apocalyptic wasteland, full of disease and mutant invaders. In his forum post on The Escapist, user Sniper Zagai describes a theory that came to him after watching hours of LazyTown when a friend mentioned they were replaying Fallout. That LazyTown is a surviving settlement in a world ravaged by nuclear war, and that its happy, colorful exterior is only a hallucination of its residents. Firstly, Zagai points out that this town is only 9 people, or 7 if you don't count Stephanie, who's technically visiting, and Sporticus, who Zagai thinks may be either a figment of the townspeople's imagination or a misguided creation left over from mankind. Of those 7, 4 of them are kids with no parents in sight. They don't even get a mention. Did they all die in this supposed nuclear war? Is it now on 2 of the 3 adult characters, Mayor Milford Meanswell and Miss Busybody, to raise them? And there's something a little off about these people who live in LazyTown. They're too short to be humans, and puppet-like, as Zagai describes. Could this be another effect of the Fallout? Stephanie and Robbie Rotten appear human, but Stephanie has pink hair, and Robbie's a little long in the chin, indicating that they could both be beginning to mutate as well. According to Zagai, all of the kids play a different role in this post-apocalyptic wasteland. Pixel, who has military-grade computers, defends the town with what is depicted as a game. Stingy is rebuilding the economic system with his sense of money. Ziggy is there for manual labor. And the adults simply exist to make sure the next generation grows up safe. And Robbie Rotten? He's the tragic hero of this story. Because the outside world is still full of radiation, he encourages the residents of the town to stay inside where it's safe. He disguises himself as all sorts of strange characters to do this, and the residents of LazyTown fall for it every time. Even the adults. In a world with just 9 people, how does nobody realize that it's him? Like, it's the same guy every single time, okay? Like, how? No one else comes to town. Like, just move on, okay. Now, could this be because the residents of LazyTown have no idea what the outside world looks like? Or what kind of people lurk out there? I mean, outside of LazyTown seems uninhabitable. In the episode, Rockin' Robbie, viewers see Robbie Rotten entering what appears to be a ravaged desert wasteland when Mayor Meanswell calls out of town, and Robbie climbs a telephone pole to answer the phone in the middle of this apocalyptic scene. So Robbie Rotten is actually doing his best to protect the townspeople and ensure humanity's future, and for a while it works. But then Stephanie shows up, claiming to be the niece of Mayor Meanswell, and begins encouraging the residents to venture outside, luring them into a slow and painful radiation-filled death. And things get even worse when Stephanie calls in Sporticus, who, as previously mentioned, Zagai thinks may not even exist, Sportacus could be a shared delusion of the town's residents, a hero figure who's come to rescue them from the apocalypse. Or even a robot, whose systems have gone haywire. After all, he has a magic crystal that tells him when people are in trouble, and he's inhumanely athletic. It's possible that Sportacus' sensors have actually gone wild, and that he's no longer able to tell that the radiation levels are still too high for the residents to safely venture outside. This is the guy's tragic picture for the reality of LazyTown. Instead of the bright and happy town we see on TV, all that positivity, it's just a mask for a radiation-poisoned wasteland. The adults are doomed, and the kids are humanity's last surviving hope. The villain is really a tragic hero, and the hero himself might not have ever existed in the first place. Is LazyTown really upside down? Maybe, maybe not. But in a town of mostly children, it seems like Mayor Meanswell may not have to worry about a re-election campaign after all.
Welcome to LazyTown, a place where you wanna stay. You'll meet Robbie with his rotten plans, and Sportacus saving the day. Stephanie is new.